All right, and we are live for Tuesday Night Live, which is completely different than what you're probably used to, right?
That's right. Tech takeover, baby.
That's right. We're doing the Tech Takeover Tuesday with Barry and Rafa, which is super exciting because, guys, we have some incredible things to share with y'all today. All around the Deal Driven app, all around the incredible new functionality that's been added to, and we're gonna go through and we're gonna open up the veils, like let you guys see exactly the simple steps that you can take to become a master in your marketplace. Right, Barry?
There you go. That's right. That's right, guys. I mean, this thing's so incredible. From where it started, remember, Rafa, was just the ideal, then it came to fruition, and then now in less than what, 4 or 5 months? Simply amazing.
Yeah,
It's still
absolutely
growing.
wild. And we're going to be
Yeah.
diving into that today deeply. But before we do, we want to give a chance for everyone to arrive. I know it's 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, and we're so grateful that you guys are coming on. Well, 7 o'clock for me. It's what time is
Right.
it for you, Barry, in the West Coast?
It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon out here in sunny California. You know what I'm saying? West side in the house.
Much better than the 9 a.m. calls that we do sometimes, huh?
Man, who you telling? I did one this morning.
That's right.
6 o'clock for me.
6 o'clock in the morning. That's awesome. Hey, guys, as we're
Yeah.
waiting for everyone to join us, we want you to shout out and let us know where you're at. We'd love to hear our partners all across the nation come in, check in with us. So here in the chat window area on the right-hand side, you'll see that you're able to type in. And I'll go ahead and type in a little something in here saying,
Yeah. Hey, we got Corey, we got Brad, we got Shane, we got Crystal and Tommy. Crystal and Tommy. Tommy's on the line. John Scott. Um,
Crystal and
welcome
Tommy,
to
hi,
everyone.
guys.
Yep.
Yeah,
They my
Shane and
regulars.
Corey and Brad and Royce and Antonio, John, Pierre, David. This is awesome, guys. We're so excited to have you all with us on this incredible Tuesday night. Like, because what we're going to show you is going to completely blow the doors off. Because it's not only the functionality, Barry, but it's that you and I have had a chance to play with this now for a while, right?
Yes, we have.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
know
have.
the flow now. We have hacked the flow. So if you guys have been waiting for the dummies version of Deal Driven, I'd like to introduce your dummies for the evening. We have Barry and Rafa. Just two regular guys that are in love with what we're doing here at Partner Driven and are just
Yes,
completely
sir.
passionate about it, supporting you guys. And we've been working with Ben and the rest of the team to kind of to come up with simple flows and how to use Deal Driven in a way that's going to help benefit you guys and make your lives so much easier.
Yes, sir. Shouts out to Ben and the crew. They do a phenomenal job. You know, Ben was texting me on Sunday, or Sunday when I was at the movies. Hey man, I just added this. And I'm sitting in the movies like, I can't keep up with all this, Ben. It's so much stuff going on with the Deal Driven app. You guys are gonna absolutely love this Tuesday night tech takeover with Rafa and myself, your boy Barry. Um, let's
Yeah, so
let's get this
before we
thing.
get started, let's honor the process of what we do. You know, Peter and Julie aren't here. Sorry, you guys don't get to see their good looking faces and have to deal with us. But since they're not here, I'll go ahead and do the same spiel Peter does every week. And it's the reason why we do these Tuesday nights. Barry, I don't know if you know this, but Julie, Peter, and I started doing this every Tuesday religiously. It was December or October 2018. Right. So
Wow.
yeah, we've only missed Christmas and New Year's,
Uh-huh.
and
And all
that's
that
it.
time.
That's it. The rest of the time,
Wow.
every Tuesday, you can count on Peter, Julie, myself, or someone in the partner driven team to come on and provide these free webinars. And there's two major reasons that we do this, right? Number one
Mhm.
is for our community. Many of you guys, we know personally, are part of our
Yep.
community, are part of our partner community, and we're so grateful that you guys are with us. And I know that you guys get daily trainings with Julie, with Barry, with Peter in the mornings at 9 o'clock. But is it okay if we over deliver?
There we
As a
go.
team, we just can't get enough. So on Tuesday nights, we've all been committed. It's like, all right, on Tuesday nights, we can be a little looser. We can have a little more freedom about what are the topics that we're presenting. And and first and foremost, is just to make sure that our partners have the latest and greatest from us at all the time, right?
Yep. Yep.
Now, there's a
Exactly.
second reason that we do this on a weekly basis, and it's for all of y'all that are on the phone tonight or on this call today that aren't partners yet, right? As you may know, we run a partner program across the nation where we partner with individuals, just like many of the folks that are on this call, to provide 100% funding on their deals, to provide coaching and mentoring, to help them develop themselves as real estate investors and grow their real estate business. Not only that, to provide the back end office support that does all of the paperwork, inspections, contracts, title companies, right? And at the end, we split it 50-50. And Barry, I know how good that sounds, right? But you wouldn't believe it. We had to start doing these Tuesday nights so that people would take us seriously, because it almost sounds too good to be true, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And so
I
that's
was one of the partners. I started as a partner.
that's right.
So
And
I
did it
know.
feel too good to be true for you at first when you first heard it?
Oh yeah, most definitely. But it's true.
Yeah, and that's the second reason that we do it. Every Tuesday night, it's just an opportunity for you guys to get to know us, to receive free value from us, as you're going to receive tonight, and just get a sense of who we are and what we do and what we stand for, right? Our name is Partner Driven for a reason. We exist solely for our partners. And I hope that comes across every Tuesday with Peter and Julie. It's incredible how much love they have in their hearts for this community and what we do. But it extends beyond them to the rest of the team. Barry, myself, Coach Mary, Coach Laura, Ben, our software developer. I mean, guys,
Definitely.
we are day and night. Literally, I just finished putting together some new training that maybe I'll be able to tell you about at the end of this call, right? To better serve our community all the time, right? And so that's the second reason why we do this. One, for our partners. Two, for the folks that are soon to become our partners and to get to know us,
Yeah,
right? So as we're
exactly.
going through the information tonight, I want to invite y'all, if you aren't a partner yet and you're interested in learning more, to come to this link that I'm about to put it here. One second here, guys. This is the disadvantage of running this by yourself without Peter
Typing and talking.
typing and talking.
Right.
Can I do it? It's like chewing bubble gum and walking at the same time. Can you do that?
Nah, no, I can't do that. While you're doing that though, can I just interject real quick?
Please.
Um, Not only do you get the benefit of the coaching and the mentoring and the 100% funding in the back office, uh, one of the things that we don't talk about is the intangibles. Okay, being a part of a community that where you are with like-minded people and you can actually bounce stuff off of each other. But one of the things that I found being a partner driven, it kind of makes you find your investor ID, who you really want to be. Yeah, we provide all this, but not everybody's a great fix and flipper or a wholesaler or whatever. But while you're in here, you start to develop things in your real estate investing career. And we help you, mold you with that, giving you the tools to do this thing, the funding and everything. But the things that we don't talk about, the intangibles, those are the things that really make this special. So, like Rafa said, we do it for two types of people, our partners and people who just come on Tuesday night to get this good information. And you've been thinking, should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Hey, I started as a partner. I think you should. That's my 2 cents.
No, absolutely. You said something really important. And it's one of the reasons why Peter, Julie, and myself and the rest of the team actually came together. And that is that it's very difficult to be a solopreneur in real estate investing, because
Yep.
there's so many different areas that someone has to have some level of expertise. Someone has to have some level of authority. And as an individual, a solopreneur out there on your own is tough. God is tough. And I know, Barry, you were that. I was that myself at one point. And the result of this was just paralysis by analysis. I never, ever pulled the trigger because I was so afraid. I didn't have someone that I could pick up the phone and call and check in and talk to. I didn't have a Coach Mary to look at comps and make sure the title issues and make sure that I had a right inspection done on the property. I didn't have a partner in Peter and Julie that were willing to put their money and take on the risk, right? Because when you're out there doing it on your own, you're taking on the risk. And God bless, guys, things can go south. I'm not a doom kind of guy because I'm an optimist. But the truth is, there's little bombs out there and there's little surprises out there in real estate investing, and it sure does help to not have to rely on just yourself and be able to leverage the expertise and experience and pockets of multiple people that have years and years and years experience in real estate investing. I mean, when I compare my experience with Peter and Julie, I'm a little embarrassed because, you know, I only have half of the time experience that they have. And I come from the lending side, which is it's all the same world.
Right. It's a real estate business, but yeah.
It's all the same can of worms, as you might say. And I needed to find partners that I could leverage to be able to expand and build what we've done. And that's what Partner Driven's about. And we have expanded beyond our team to all of you guys and all of the partners that are here on this call. A second ago, Mark Peterson just said, hey, I just recently joined. I'm so excited because I want to be the best partner that I can be. And Mark, that is the right attitude. Thank you so much for being here, for putting your trust in us, for putting your effort into this. You're doing the right steps. I think that tonight's topic is going to make everyone super actionable, because that's at the end what makes the difference between the people that begin to close deals and people that don't. It's one simple thing. Action. Yeah. Right. And
action. Yeah.
And what we've been investing in for the last, it's been about a year almost, right? With the Deal Driven app and all of the software and technology that we've been developing, it's been for one goal and one goal only: to turn our partners and other real estate investors, because Deal Driven is available to the public, right, into ninjas in taking action, being able to make it easy to be able to find off-market deals, get all the contact information of the owner, and to be able to reach out to them and set appointments. Because that's it. If you can do that, you will do what 98% of so-called real estate investors and wholesalers never, ever, ever, ever do, which is to get a deal under contract. And if you can do that, you're the master of the beginning of this whole process. That's the first step to monetization. If you're a partner in our program, goodness, that's almost the last step, because if you get it under contract, you got us and the rest of the team to help you run that into the end zone, right? But if you're on your own out there, great. That's awesome too. We want to encourage you and support you to get those deals under contracts, because then you can do the same thing that we have. If you don't have the money, find a money partner or come partner with us, right? Or if you don't have the expertise, go find a partner with expertise or come partner with us, right? I can tell you, there's no question about it. And I know that people are going to laugh about this, Barry, and please keep me honest here, okay? Right?
Okay.
But more valuable than the money, more valuable than the expertise and experience, it's a deal. It's a deal under contract, because that's true potential, right? That's potential waiting to be turned on, right? Everything else is what do they call that? Inactive potential. It's stored potential. You know, money sitting in the bank. Okay, great. By itself is not great. Experience in your head on your own without anything else, great. It's not going to do anything, right? The catalyst is the deal, and that's what Partner Driven's about, and particularly Deal Driven and this app and technology.
Yes.
So before I jump in there, guys, if you can type in I just want to know how many people, if you've seen or not seen Deal Driven, how many people out there already have a Deal Driven account? And you can just say, I have it, or I don't have it, or I'm in, or I'm not in yet. Just so I get a sense of the folks that we're talking to today.
Kim
Awesome.
doesn't have
Yeah. Lots of
it.
Kim and Anyan say they don't have it. Some folks have seen it and not used it. Kevin and Freak say they have it. They're in. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So before I jump
No,
in,
not yet.
yeah, maybe we should give just a little tiny bit of history of the Deal Driven app and software, and where we started and where we're at today. Because if you've been following us and you've been with us, we have gone through a complete metamorphosis just very recently, right? And I want to make sure that you understand that bridge, right? That bridge that we've taken. So when we started out, Deal Driven, it's been in beta mode. Even up to now, we're still in beta, right? We're actually in beta version 2, but Deal Driven beta version 1 was launched August 11th of 2019. So just a few short months ago, right? And right off the bat, we completely revolutionized what our partners were doing, because we built from ready to go from day one, what we called a Driving for Dollars app, right? Now, all of y'all that are partners in our community, you know what Driving for Dollars is. If you're a real estate investor, been doing this for a while, you know what Driving for Dollars is. But if you're new, you might not know what Driving for Dollars is yet, right? And it's a very simple concept. And it's the process of going out, getting in your car, and driving around through neighborhoods to find properties that are off market. And this is the key, guys, off market deals, right? That look like that need some help. They look like they need to have it remodeled, or to sell it, or it's just falling apart, or whatever the issue is. If they look like they need help, and to begin the process of contacting them, setting it up an appointment, and buying that property for them, right? This Driving for Dollars is the lowest, it has been the lowest tech strategy that there's out there that anyone can do, right? If you don't even have a car, need to have a car helps, but you could do this on foot, you can do this on a bike, canvassing different areas. So the level of entry, or the barrier of entry in Driving for Dollars from a experience and tech perspective is really low, right? But you know how it is, guys. Everything is a bit of a seesaw. So when things are very low on one end, you can be sure there's a high end on the other side, right? And what is it high on the other end? Effort. Driving for Dollars is effortful. Back in the day, first you have to go out, you find the properties, you write it down on your little notepad, right? And then you go home and you do research on it. Sometimes you have to go to the courthouses to get that research and find out who the owner of that property is, or what their contact info, or how much they owe, right? A super manual process. Over the years, there have been some tools that have been released that allow you to do some of this research out there. But then even then, you're still kind of working with your paper model, and then working with one tool to do this, one other tool to do that. Wow, what an incredible pain in the butt. And yet people are making millions of dollars doing this, right? Julie, one of the master coaches in our community, in just 6 years has made over $5 million, right? Just Driving for Dollars and picking up the phone and calling folks, right? And she's been doing it like most other people. If anyone here has been doing this for a while, the way that everyone else has been doing it forever, the very manual way, right? Again, low barrier to entry in technology and experience, right? High level of effort. Mm-hmm. And we've been teaching that to our community, and not for nothing, Barry, 80%, we've done the math, 80% of the first deal is generated by our partners in our communities comes from this exact same effort, Driving for Dollars, right?
Yep, they do.
Why? Because it's the only way, guys, to really find, or it's one of the easiest way to find off-market deals. If you've been in any of the phone calls, Peter has said this over and over again. If it makes it on the market, if it makes it on the MLS, is it a deal? The possibilities and chances of it being a deal is like 0.00537% that it's a deal. Why? Because man, we live in an information world that moves at the speed of light, right? If it's been on the MLS for more than a day or two, there's something wrong with it. So
Yep,
when it's on
exactly.
the market, it's not, you can't find good deals. This is the one way, the one true way to find incredible deals, right? And we've been teaching it to our communities and been very successful with it. And we decided, dude, we have to find a streamlined way to help our partners do this. And that's how the idea of Deal Driven came up. We were like, can you imagine if we were driving and I could, as I'm driving, like click on properties that I like that I could research later, or be able to be in front of a property and point at it and click it and be able to get contact information. And this is literally Peter, myself, and Julie were at the office on the on the whiteboard inventing this thing, going like, oh my God, what if we could do this? And oh my God, what if we could like assign it tasks and put it into a CRM and put it into lists? And we started writing all this stuff out, and we looked at it, and we all kind of scratched our heads and looked at each other, and we're like, well, great idea. We'll never be able to do this because none of us are smart enough or technical enough to really be able to do this. And that's almost where it died, Barry. That's where the idea almost died. And it was just by incredible luck that Peter shared this with one of his old friends, and they've been playing tennis for the last 15 years or something ridiculous like that. Who Peter knew a little something about software and technology. And when he kind of laid it out to him, he kind of pulled out his pencil and wrote it down and looked at it and he said, Peter, I can build this. Not only can I do this, I can do it better than what you guys planned. You guys have had a lot of holes in your process here. And that's how Deal Driven was born. In August 11th, day one, the app came out and it could do exactly that. And we're going to show you all of this functionality here in a second. But it was still a driving for dollars app. You could look for properties individually at home, right? And kind of do virtual driving for dollars. And Barry, you've done some awesome videos in the Deal Driven YouTube channel on how you can do that and how to virtually canvas. It's like, hey, don't get in the car. Just pull up the map and look through, and we're going to show you guys how to do that. Look at properties and kind of begin to build your list that way. But mainly, it was still a driving for dollars app, the main effort going out there and going to look for things. And we were never 100% satisfied with that, but we had to start somewhere. And so for the last several months, we've been secretly working, like the whole team, Ben and his development team, Peter, Julie, and us on the processes and how it is and the data relationships that are necessary to do this. Wow, guys, I have gotten a PhD in data aggregation. We have, Barry, I don't know if you know this, but our database currently today has over 1 billion records of U.S. property information in it. I have never worked on anything like this in my life. It's been incredible. And what we've been secretly working on is how to take this deal-driven app and everything that we've done and take it to the next level. So you don't have to rely on driving for dollars, even though we love driving for dollars and we encourage it, right?
Yeah.
But be able to, in just a couple of clicks, find every vacant house around you. In just a couple of clicks, find every pre-foreclosure around you, right? Find every non-owner occupied property and so much more. Imagine being able to not only find them, but then be able to easily filter those properties based off of equity, how much equity it has. Hey, does it make sense for an abandoned house that has 150 negative equity, you know? Or no, that makes no sense. But a vacant house with 50% equity on it, that sounds a lot of freaking money to me, right?
Exactly. Oh, man.
So that's exactly what we've been doing. And then how to be able to rapidly put this into marketing lists for you, right? Be able to batch in a group, and you're going to see this, one click, get all of the contact information for all the people that you want, right? And then be able to reach out to them. right? And not only reach out to them, Barry, I don't know if you've seen, of course you've seen this functionality. Who am I kidding? You are one of the masters at deal driven, right? But be
Which one
able
are you talking
to,
about?
right? But be able to create an optimized route off of the properties that you have picked, right? To be able to go to these routes and use the latest technology to optimize your route so that you know where to start. Okay, start at this property, then go to this property, and then go to this property to optimize your time and driving. Is that crazy?
Yep. That's crazy. That's fantastic.
So
Hey, real quick
go
though,
ahead.
Rafa, before you jump off, we have a partner on here who says she's a partner and she got the Deal Driven app, but she got the wrong version. So what I'm gonna say to you, Freak Vincetta, I think it's what it's called.
Vista.
Just yeah, thank you. Just hit up our support at Deal Driven. Let them know that you have the non-free version, that you're a partner, and they'll square you away. Okay. I just wanted to get that out there before we got too far.
Sure. And let's do that clarification for everybody. Guys, everything that we do, I think I mentioned this in the beginning, we do for our partners. Everything we build is for our partners in our partner community, right? And because of that, everyone that's part of our partner program gets the Deal Driven app included. And they get a lot of additional functionalities already included into the app. Why?
Yeah.
Because when our partners are successful and they close deals, we all win. We are a partner-driven community.
There we go. There we go.
That's right. So so because of that, we do have a partner version of Deal Driven. And if you're a partner, you should make sure that you've been upgraded to that partner version. That means that there's no cost to you on a monthly basis, is included as a partner, and it does have some really cool additional functions that you want to have access to, right? And
Exactly. Yeah.
and Barry already kind of laid it out. The way to do that is to email support@dealdriven.com, and you can say, hey, I signed up for Deal Driven before I was a partner, and I have the paid version, but now I'm a partner. Please give me my dues. Give
Right.
me access to the best of the best, and we will real quick, guys. We don't want you guys paying for it. Now, for those that aren't our partners yet, we mentioned that we do this. We want you guys to get access to some of the technology that we have. We want you guys to get access, not just some. Barry, we want them to get access to the best of the best that we have. Why?
Exactly.
Because we want you to get to know us. We want you to know how serious we are about what we do, the level of excellence that we put into everything that we're doing to support real estate investors to get to the next level, right? And so we have a version of Deal Driven available to the public. You can go to dealdriven.com and you can sign up to get a free trial of it. And after that, it's just $49 a month, right? And you're going to see that what this tool, if you're doing this already and you're blending other tools, you're probably paying 5 times as much as you should, right? We've reduced the cost by over 75% of doing everything, right, that is necessary to do this to $49 a month. And we're going to go through some of that functionality here at the end, right? So this is awesome, wonderful. I think it's time to jump in, Barry, don't you think?
Yes. I am ready for that.
All right, let's do this, guys. Hey, make sure to continue to, if you have questions that we're going through, we're going to answer them all here at the end. Barry's helping me out and making sure that all of our chats are being answered. And here we go, guys. I'm going to share my screen. And Barry, let me know when you can see my screen.
Got it.
Woo! All right.
Go ahead and cancel all that stuff.
So go away. I got all my notes. I'm always kind of writing here. All right. So guys, I'm just going to log into the Deal Driven app. We'll talk a little bit about some of the higher level functionality stuff for the people that don't know Deal Driven yet, but we want to jump in and show you, because today's webinar was how to find vacant properties around you the easy way without having to do a whole lot of driving, right? That was my promise to you. Are you guys ready for me to deliver on that promise?
Let's go.
All right. So if you already have an account, if you don't, I'm going to show you later how to create your account, but you do that at dealdriven.com. But if you already have an account, you're going to come back to app.dealdriven.com to log in. And I already have my login information. Always remember to use the Chrome browser if you can. This is just from a technical perspective. Chrome just works better with technology and everything else that it does. Safari can have little bugs here and there, even though Safari is really good. But God bless Internet Explorer. If you have Internet Explorer, delete it, throw it away.
Put it in the
being
trash,
hacked
man.
in it. Actually, I don't know if you're not being hacked. I don't want to be an alarmist. I can just
There
say
you
Internet
go.
Explorer sucks. That's my.
It's not good. It's not good.
Right. So when you first log in to Deal Driven, you always log into this image, which is the All Properties tag, okay, or the All Properties window. But today we're gonna navigate into our new search functionality. So here at the top, you'll notice first that there is the 3 arrows at the top. You can, if you click on that, it opens up the side navigation, which is great to look at, and we'll jump in here a little bit later as well, right? But my favorite part is these little the navigation here up top, and you can always just hover over each option, and there's going to be a little menu hint that tells you exactly where it is and where you're at. So you can look at that we're at properties, and that's where we're at right now. We can do the driving search, what we're going to look at here in a section. Then we have the 3 dots, which is list building search, which is where we're going to dive in today here in a second. And then last but not least, we have the driving routes. So those are kind of like the main functionalities that we're going to be diving into today. But first, yep, I'm going to go into the list building search. We're going to click here on list building because, guys, this is really one of the craziest things that we've done. And I'm actually going to unselect this stuff here. Select all, unselect, yay. Okay. So when you log in here, you'll notice that actually I had a search open here already. I remembered my last search, but you're going to see that here at the top, it says vacant, pre-foreclosures, auctions, and non-owner occupied, right? These are the major things that we've built in that's going to allow you to one-click search, right? Now, you can start and enter an address to kind of to zoom you into where you're at, or if you're logged in via mobile, or you have location services turned on, right? It's going to know by your GPS exactly where you're at, which is an awesome time-saving feature, right? So if all you have to do is then click on one of these buttons, and I'm beach balling over here. Here we go. All right. I'm going to hit pre-foreclosures and units thinking, and I'm going to hit vacants because that's what we wanted to do first. Hit the vacants, and boom, right off the bat, it's pulling up all the vacants that are, dude, in my neighborhood, right? This is crazy. This is a 1 mile radius of me, of where I'm at. I'm right here in the middle, right? And I can see vacant properties that are right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 vacant properties. And actually, you can look at it over here in the bottom left-hand side. It says 1 out of 15 showing 15 vacant properties right here around me, right? And wow, that took all of what? 1 click, Barry?
1 click. That's it. 1 second.
1 second to find that, right? Have I delivered on my promise? How to easily find vacant properties around you without having to do a bunch of driving around?
Yep. No doubt. Easy.
So just like that, I was able to pull up the properties around me. Here on the right-hand side, I can add filters. Now I'm going to click here on the filter button because you can see that right now my search radius is 1 mile radius. I can extend that. Let's say I want to go 5 mile radius, you know. I can add a minimum equity on it, or a maximum equity, minimum evaluation, maximum evaluation, property type. I have investor friends in our community that specialize in turning homes into multifamily, right? Turning big homes into 2 units, into duplexes and triplexes, and they're killing it, right? So property types and property designations are really important to them, right? And you can do any of those in here, super easy, and hit apply, and it automatically grows the list. Now, notice I changed my radius to 5 miles around me, Barry, and it says here, you can
Yeah.
see search radius 5 miles. And now, how many
Yep.
properties are sitting vacant around me?
495.
Is
That's a
that
lot.
bananas? That's a lot.
That's a
That
lot.
is a whole lot of properties, guys. And I'm in Sandy Springs. I'm in Sandy Springs, Georgia. And for anyone that knows that in this area, this is a very it's a high money affluent area
Yep.
with properties, and to find vacant properties that are sitting out here is absolutely incredible. To have 495 of them, right?
Woo.
That's enough to keep Chelsea and I driving around and contacting owners uh, for quite some time. And these are just the vacancies, right? I can also look at pre-foreclosures and auctions. Now, if I look at pre-foreclosures, let's see what's happening in my area here.
5 mile radius, guys. 20.
Great.
You
In
got
my
20
5 mile
in the 5
radius,
mile.
it found 20 properties in pre-foreclosures. Now, if you're part of our community, you know that we love this stuff because we have such a great message that we can help these people in. Guys, when you're going through pre-foreclosure, I've heard some folks on the internet say, "Oh my God, you buy properties from people from pre-foreclosures. Don't you know that you're taking a property away from somebody? You're taking a home away from someone, and now you've made them homeless." This is a
Right.
very legit thing that people have I see people say on the internet, and I don't want to make fun of them, Barry, because they're coming from a good place, and I want to honor and respect that because as we're business people and investors, and we're investing in communities. We're not out here to hurt people, right? And the truth
Exactly.
is, when someone's in pre-foreclosure, they are already in trouble and they need our help, right? When something goes into foreclosure, the foreclosure laws are nasty. You not only lose everything, but the hit on your credit for the next 7 years is immense, immense, right? You basically go down to pre-college student uh, and getting an apartment or getting a job. Even
Yeah.
they check your credit score, they check all this stuff. This goes on your permanent record. So the way that we approach this business is value first, help first. And if we approach it this way, this is not just altruism for altruism's sake. It's that when you look at things in a way that I'm here to help someone, then you can find a path to work together. If you come to approach, I'm here to take advantage of people, it's going to be a lot harder to create a path of a win-win path to work together. And in real estate, when you're working with folks in negotiating, it's all about creating a win-win path. So the mindset has to be that you're here to bring value, you're here to help, right? And that's what we teach
Yeah.
in our community. If you don't fit into that, you really don't fit well into our community, because that's not what we're not the alternative. What people think are out there, the people to make people homeless. That's ridiculous. No, we want to give them a chance to a new life and maybe leave with a little cash in their pockets.
Exactly. And I want to piggyback off of that. Be a person of value. You want to add value to people's lives. Because when you do that, it just makes your life a lot more full with value. So he's right. We don't go out and try to, put people out of their house. That's the furthest thing. When I do a pre-foreclosure, I always ask, have you tried the loan mod? Have you tried a short sale? Have you, talked to somebody about, trying to get the bank to reinstate you? Before I even talk about, last resort is to try to help buy your house and put some money in your pocket. So be a
Mhm.
person of value. Be a person of value. And one thing that you need to look at on the search, Rafa,
Yes, sir.
uh, property number 11. So if you scroll down to 11,
Yep.
I just wanted to show people uh, there's a red in the circle. So what that is right there is that property has an auction date. Okay. this thing will do what we call list stacking. That's
Mm-hmm.
something that, you know, you can break it down to however, like if you have a vacant property, say you're looking for vacant properties that are in pre-foreclosure status and they're non-owner occupied. Well, this thing does it for you automatically. It's going to pull it. So number 11 is a pre-foreclosure and it has an auction date. So that lets you know, maybe I want to try that one first
Mm-hmm.
and then work my way around. So just a good, you know, tidbit.
No, this is great. So let's say I want to add it to a list, right? And let's say we're doing a little bit of the sniper approach, right? It's like, okay, I like this at 11. It's nearby. It's 5. I can actually, my wife and I can go drive to it. I can give them a call. I'm going to add, I want to add this person to my list. I can check it and hit add to list. And notice it'll show me my different lists that I already have created. And then notice I have one called driving for dollars, or I can create a new list. And let's say I want to create a new, I'm going to create a new list, Barry, because I'm going to do a new list for only pre-foreclosures in my area.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to call it new. So I'm going to hit new list. I'm going to name it. Yep.
Pre-4 Sandy Springs.
That's right. I'm going to do 5 miles because that'll help me remember that this is that I'm doing a 5 mile radius. Right. And of course, guys, you can name it whatever you want. This is just the way my brain organizes things, my dumb brain. So like, you know, so I can remember when I look at the list, why I created it and what's inside the list. You know, so this is my pre-foreclosure list, 5 mile radius. I've picked the property that I'm going to add to it. Right. And once my computer stops speech balling here, right. It's always fun to do things live on the internet while you're also streaming.
It
slows
is
things down. And just like
it's an
that,
adventure.
just like that, I was able to add it onto one of my, onto a new list, right? But Barry, let's say I'm doing the mass approach. I want to get as many of these as possible around me, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just select all of them. Just like that, one click, I was able to select all of them. And I'm going to add it to my list. And you see my pre-foreclosure 5 mile list just right here. I'm just going to go boom. And just like that, I added 20 properties to my list, right? 20 properties to my list that I can go follow up on, right? And you can do this over and over and over again. Guys, you saw me doing it in my area, but we have partners. I have partners that are in Arizona that are doing properties in Colorado. We are truly a nationwide community, and there's nothing stopping you from doing deals nationwide, guys. And so you can enter a location or address or a city to create the center of your radius, and then do searches based off of that, which gets really, really awesome. So Barry, I'm going to take them through real quick and show them then how quickly I can find contact information for everybody. All right. Okay. Are we ready to do that?
Let's do it.
Because we have our list. I got my pre-foreclosures on my area. We showed you how I found all those vacants in my property, but we decided to go with pre-foreclosures because we love helping those people, right? So now I got my pre-foreclosures list. I'm going to go back here up the top navigation, and I'm going to navigate to my properties. You see how it says properties, the little house? I'm going to click on that sucker, and it's going to open up the screen that we started in, which is our all our properties, all of our properties. And here it has everything that I've ever added to one of my lists, right? But that's too much. I don't like to look at everything. I want to look at something specific. I want to look at exactly what I was just working on, which is the pre-foreclosures around me or the vacancies around me. And all I have to do is click on this down arrow right here, right, to pick my property, or I'm sorry, to pick the list that I want to look at, or even create a new one. So let's say I'm starting my day and I started my screen over here, and I know that I'm going to be working vacancies in Dahlonega, Georgia, right? Then I can go ahead and start my Dahlonega list here and create it before I go searching for stuff, right? But in this case, I already created the list. I know exactly what I want to go look at. Come on, computer. Here we go. I'm going to click on it, and bada bing, bada boom. I can see my property, all the lists that I added come right in here, and I can see that the properties are here, that they're new, that they're all pre-foreclosure status right there at the top, right? And that they're part of one list. Of course, my pre-foreclosure list. And that brings up a good point. There are times you do searches, like, Barry mentioned it a little bit ago. You called it list stacking, where you might have properties in more than one list, and that's absolutely okay. Guys, it's just making sure that you have your properties easily in a way that you can follow up on them and learn about them, right? So here we have this top one, the cross street, Sandy Springs, and I'm going to go ahead and click on it by clicking on this arrow here, and it's going to open up all of the property information that I have on it already. Before I even do any more research, right, I can see my estimated value of the property, the estimated equity, which is interesting. It looks like this house might be paid off, which definitely makes it an interesting situation. I wonder what's going on here, right? The property address. Let me see anything else in here. It's not picking up any mortgages. You see down here, sometimes we can see, or not oftentimes, 90% of the time we can see the mortgages, but it's not picking it up, and that's why it's estimating all of that equity. Now, you and I know, Barry, the technology is not perfect, right?
Exactly.
And it's not perfect. It's not technology's fault, is it?
Nope.
It's the data technology is pulling from. And guys, we pull this information from the best sources that we can get, which is actual tax data and information, which is run by humans and entered by humans. And because of that, can often have errors. So just be aware of that. We have to it's amazing that we can get all of this information so easily. So here I looked at the detailed owner. We have John G. Alexander. Gosh, John, I hope you're not on the phone call today on this webinar, because we're about to deep dive into you a little bit here, right? Yeah. And I can go into the owners information, and I can see that I have the property owners information, but that's it. Now, you'll notice that here at the top, I have this thing called skip trace, and I have free instant, right? Now, a skip trace is a funny term, right? And it's a term. Barry, do you know where the term originally comes from?
I think from the Bell's bondsman, didn't it, or something like that? That's where I get it from. Yeah,
that's right.
Bell's bondsman.
Right, and what do Bell's bondsmen do?
They track fugitives down and get their money.
That's right. And what did they do? They skipped on bond or bail. Right?
Yeah.
And that's where this term originally comes from. These people, they're like private investigators, essentially, right? They would have to skip trace these people that disappeared, these people that owed money, right, to them or to the local government and so forth. And so they would have to trace these skippers. And I guess that's how the term skip tracing comes from. It's funny. I didn't know that, because I was like, what the heck is skip trace sound? And it wasn't until I was watching this TV show. Oh man, I can't remember I'll never remember the name of the TV show, but it's about a Bales Bonds family. It's really funny. It's interesting. So long story short, that's what skip tracing comes from. And back in the day, you had to manually do all sorts of work to find out what their phone number was, or email, or contact, or contacts that they may have had, so you can go find them, right? And today with technology, we can do it in one click. Now, I'm a partner, obviously, and partner driven, so I have the partner version, and you'll notice that there's a free and an instant choice here, okay? Now, as a partner, you get, we have free skip traces available to you, right? That we're manually doing for you. Why? Because we built these systems already for us. Before we had the technology, we built manual systems to go out and to leverage multiple different technologies, right, to help us generate those free skip traces for you. Because in the partner program, our partners get leads from us. We actually go out and pay the money to generate leads for our partners, right? Which is ridiculous. No one out there does this. And to extend that, because we want our partners to have the best, we want them to have individual access to the teams that we have built to do this. And so they can click and request a free skip trace. Now, the thing with this free skip trace is because you're using our manual processes is that there is a little bit of a turnaround time, right? And it can be 24 to 48 hours before we get that data for you, but there's no cost. And that's great. And that's just a bonus for our partners, right? But I know a lot of you guys aren't partners. And even if you are a partner, oftentimes, I know myself included, right? I want data now. I want information now so that I can take action now, right? And that's where the instant skip trace comes in. Now, this instant skip trace is also deeper. We're using technology and AI to help us do even more than what we can do with our manual processes, which is crazy. Like, we've invested tens of thousands of dollars to build this manual process that we run on a monthly basis, and the technology that we have built actually can do a deeper skip trace now.
Yeah.
It's wild. So I'm going to do the instant skip trace because I want the information now and I want to see what happens. And when I hit instant skip trace, the first thing that you're going to see is that it's going to consume 1 credit. Okay. And I have 7 credits available. Woohoo! No problem. Let's do this. Right. and so I'm going to go hit yes. Now, this is one of the reasons that you have to put in your credit card into the Deal Driven app, even if you're doing one of the free trials, because we want you to be able to purchase these credits. Now, at 10, the skip trace is 1 credit is worth $1, right? But I don't know if you've noticed, Barry, that we've done a whole payment plan where we're giving now a discount at 20% off and 30% off, depending on how many skip traces you or credits you buy on the front end, right? It is just another way for us to incentivize action takers, right? If you're just here to see just the cool factor of finding out people's phone numbers, and by the way, it is cool. I have done this trick at parties, and people some people are amazed, some people leave a little upset because I could be like, all right, I know exactly how much you owe on your property. You want to bet? Right. And they lose that bet. So if the cool factor is great, but that's not why we're here, guys. We're here for real investors that want to do this and want to explode this. So that's why we give bulk incentives everywhere, at every turn. For the people that take more action, you're always going to get more from us at the best price. One last thing I want to say is that you can see that it already found information, and you can see on the left-hand side, it checked off everything. Check. It found 9 phone numbers and 4 email addresses. Is that enough to start reaching out and contacting folks? Absolutely. Yep. But
and the social.
And the social. That's right. But sometimes, Barry, we don't find something. You know,
exactly.
That happens, right? Sometimes the technology, the instant skip trace doesn't work. And here's the thing, guys. When it does that, that credit is not charged. You are not ever charged for a function that doesn't work. That's why it does the success window. Sometimes it doesn't, and it will say, sorry, we couldn't find anything on it, but don't worry, we didn't charge you for it anyways, right? Exactly. So I'm going to hit OK, and here we go.
I like the instant skip trace because I use it a lot, especially because it gives you 5 ways to contact a person. You know, when you look at that list, you can send them a postcard or a letter, you can phone them, you can call them, you can text them, you can email them. And when you get to that social URL, that's going to be something. I want to see what that one is.
Yeah, so I just want to stop here at the call and text because, guys, right from the app, you can call and text right from the app. So you can really streamline and facilitate your following up on the list, right? We have all different mailing addresses that they've had at different times. Let's see here. I'm going to keep scrolling down. Sorry for the slow internet with the streaming. We have, I overshot it, dude. 1 second. We had the email addresses. Here we go. We have the different names that this person has had at different times, right?
Yeah.
And then we have the social accounts, right? We found him on LinkedIn. Let's go do some business with him on LinkedIn. I mean, this is incredible. Right. This is social engineering at its finest, guys. And it all happened. Guys, I'm sorry that we're taking a little bit of time as we're explaining all this stuff and making sure that you guys understand it. But you realize that this can be done in like 30 seconds. Like it's taken us 20 minutes to go through this process that would have taken, that you as an investor would have done in 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
And just like that, you can start doing all of the your follow-up and marketing to these folks, right? In addition to, I'm gonna stay out of the task areas today, Barry, for the moment, because I want to
Yeah.
show them one more thing here, because
Okay.
it's pretty cool to be able to individually look for this information and to skip trace these folks, right? But
I
shoot,
know where you're
man,
going.
I'm lazy, Barry. I'm lazy, dude. I want stuff fast. I want it done for me. I don't want to like just go one by one and all this stuff, even though it's so much easier than it was in the past, right? I want it easier. I'm like that guy in the commercial that says and, right? And what else? Right? So what we've added is the ability to do bulk skip traces, right? And not only that, to do it, are you ready for this, Barry? At a discount.
Yep.
Discount, discount, discount,
Discount.
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 So are you telling me that it's easier, faster, and cheaper?
It is.
God bless Ben Howerton. We love you to death.
There, yeah. We love
Our
you, Ben.
technical wizard. So guys, this is what I wanted to show you here. So now I'm going to select, just for fun, I'm going to grab the top 5 up here, right? And you can see that as I selected them in my list, the menu expanded over here. I still have my free skip trace, which is incredible for our partners. Our partners can start free skip tracing. Yeah, it takes a little time, but you know what? Hey, patience wins the race. You're going to get free skip traces. You can do it at bulk from the searches that you're doing and the lists that you're building, from searches like we just did today, or if you were out there doing driving for dollars, right? But I can select a handful here, and I can use my free skip trace, or I can do my instant skip trace, which is what I want to do because I like to get all of my data and information right now, super fast and easy. So I'm going to hit skip trace. And remember, it's the lightning bolt that is the instant skip trace. That's how I remember. Come on. Here he goes. Now, it's skip traced 3 properties. One was included because you already skip traced it. Thank you, Ben Howerton and Deal Driven and Partner Driven, for being honest and not charging me again for something that I already did. Thank you. I don't want to say any of my other competitors and softwares out there that may or may not be doing this, right? But you will never be charged again. Like I mentioned before, if we don't get the information, you don't get charged. You already ran it. You're not going to get charged, right? So in this case, it said, Rafa, I know you're in a hurry. You probably added one by accident. We're not going to charge you for this. We're going to probably do 3, right? But because you're doing it in bulk, each skip trace will consume 1/3 of a credit, right? And at the max, might consume of these 6 available that I have. The max that I might consume is just 1 credit, right? So now I'm doing 3 for 1. Essentially, it's what's happening here, guys. And you know I love my deals. And so it's only going to be 1 credit, which is $1. And that's the max, because if it doesn't find information for one of these properties, then it's going to be less because it's not going to charge me for it. And I'm just going to hit yes. And I'm just going to sit back and wait for Deal Driven to print me money, right?
There you
3
go.
skip traces completed, right? And 1 skipped. Okay. And you can see that right here, it shows me the properties that I have skip trace so that I won't do that, that silly little mistake again. And this has been a lot of the great work that Ben Howerton has been doing, is how to visually show this information to us in ways that we can easily see what we've done, and what we've gathered. So I can see right here that this one has 4 phone numbers and 0 emails, right? This one has 0 emails, phone numbers and emails. We'll dive into a second, see what's happening. Maybe they found some social accounts for me to follow up on, right? This one had 3 phone numbers and 1 email. But right off the bat, I was able to very quickly get that information. And I can deep dive, just like I deep dived before, guys, by clicking on any of these properties to looking at it. But here's the biggest thing, and I know anyone that's been serious about real estate investing has gone through this process. Okay, Barry, let's say that I've reached out to these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they look good to me. I've reached out to them. I want to go see these properties. I'm going to go drive and put my eyeballs on them. Well, first and foremost, right off the bat, Ben has put in here virtual driving for dollars so that I can just hit the little eyeball and go look at the property just right off the bat here inside of the software. Here we go. Come on.
Street views. Street views.
Yeah, let's see what's happening here. I don't know if this one has one available or not. Sometimes it's not always available.
It's not. It doesn't take that long to get to it.
I am beach balling over here, which is.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, hold on. Let's try one of the other ones. Yeah.
If not, I can share mine. But
this okay, here we go.
Promising one right here. There you go.
And so just right off the bat, I mean, like I'm like virtually sitting in front of this property and looking at it. It's crazy. I can look around it. I can look at the neighborhood, right? I can look at their neighbors. It's like, oh, these are nice properties in the areas. I can zoom out. I can do all of this crazy stuff, right? That I mean, we could have only dreamed of doing just a short year ago. It's absolutely incredible. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen as we start blending this technology with augmented reality and virtual reality, which I'm not talking about tonight. This is some stuff that we have coming down the line, way down the line, but we're always working on this, guys. But you know what? I know, like if Julie was on the call, Julie be like, hey, look, all that technology is good and dandy and that's fantastic. And I love anything that makes my life easier and cheaper and better. And that's really, 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 really good. But I got to go put my physical eyeballs on it, right? And so let's say I wanted to go look at these 4 properties. In the past, I would have to figure out, like, write them down. I have to go put them into Google Maps to go to the next. It's just like, well, which one do I go to first? What's going to be my path? God bless. I can now select the properties, and you see here it says driving routes. We have embedded AI, artificial intelligence driving routes for you guys, right? So I'm going to click on this here. This is just absolutely bananas. It is going to consume a credit, right? And I can do up to 25 properties at a time. 1 credit to do this AI stuff for me is well worth it. Yes, let's do this. Save me time, please, right? I'm going to start at my starting address. I'm going to write my own address in here, Barry, because that's where I'm starting at. That's where I wake up in the morning, right? Now, all of these should be in a 5-mile radius from me, right? Because we looked at pre-foreclosures around me. So this is going to be great. And so I'm going to name this route. And I am so fat-fingered. Here we go. Pre-foreclosures. And I'm going to add a date to it, Barry, because my routes might change from day to day. And today, I just happened to do this. So today's the 11th, right?
It is the 11th.
All right. And I'm going to create my driving route. Now I'm showcasing this on the computer, but this works on the phone exactly the same. The Deal Driven app is a mobile software. It's a web-hosted mobile software that's optimized for the internet, for Wi-Fi, for 4G, for 5G, to work anywhere you have anywhere where you have a signal, right? And be able to boom work. So that imagine I'm doing this on this phone and I can see my route. It's perfect. Start here at your house. You're going to go check out the one that's on deadline. Then you're going to drive over to this 3rd and this 4th one, and then come back around to the house, right? Now, what's great about this, Barry, is that you think I'm going to be looking for other properties while I'm going to go check these guys out?
Of course.
Heck
of course.
Yeah, I am. And while I'm driving, so first of all, you see the go button here, right? I can go and it'll open up in Google Maps or Waze, which is incredible because I'm a Waze guy and I only use Waze.
Me too.
Right? Now I know some folks that are only Google guys. And they won't, they're like, why do you use Waze? Only use Google, right? Now, here's a joke on everybody. Google owns Waze. So it's, you know, six
Still
half
using
a
Google.
dozen, right? I still
Right.
use Waze because I love all of the user data information that's gathered, right?
Yeah.
But I can just hit go on it and go to it automatically. And while I'm driving, if I have my app open, right, I can go to my driving search. And this is the last part I'm going to leave you guys with today, guys, because this is going to blow your minds, right? When when it's doing my driving search. Now, when I'm on the phone and the car and I hit this little arrow, it's always going to center around me, right? And it's going to show me. So while I'm driving, it'll show me the world changing around me. And then you see this here, these little green dots and blue dots. Those are other vacant properties and non-owner occupied properties that I might be crossing by, automatically being shown to me while I'm driving. This is insane. There's nothing out there like this, guys. And I can alter those settings. You see the little gear sign here? When I click on that, I can say, show me all my, hey, I want to see pre-foreclosures too. You know, I love showing me, you show me my auctions also, right? I can do satellite view. I don't like satellite view. It just confuses me. I want to see my nice clean lines.
Property lines. Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Exactly.
And while I'm driving to these other properties that I found on my search that I liked, it'll continue to show me other properties to fall into my routes. And notice so it's thinking out here on the left, it has the little legend that says yellow for pre-foreclosures, green for vacants, blue non-owner occupied, red auctions. And I can zoom in and zoom out. And again, it's kind of hard to show it while on my computer in my basement, guys, but imagine that I'm in my car and this is on my phone, right? Because that's how powerful this is. And I can, and if I see something that I like, I can just click on it. So let's say I'm in front of this house, it remembers where I'm at. I can click on this property, automatically see it. I can add it to my lists. And if I add it to my list, I can select the list. So I'm going to put this is a vacancy. So I would probably put it onto a new list that I have to create in this case, Barry. But if it was a pre-foreclosure, I would put it in my pre-foreclosures. I like to stay nice and neat on my list. I don't want to create a mess, right? And then boom, skip trace it, right? Just like I've shown you guys tonight that we can do. And this is all happening inside of Deal Driven automatically. Now our partners should have this already. If you don't have this or you're in the wrong one, make sure to write support@dealdriven.com and let them know that you're a partner. And here's the most important part. The email, give them the email address that you signed up with us as a partner. Because we're going to verify to make sure you're a partner. If you're not a partner, please don't write support and tell them you're a partner. You're going to waste our time. We're going to find out that you're not a partner, and we're going to remember you that you're trying to waste our time. No one, dude, no one wants that. We are not in the business of having time wasted. We're in the business of making money together. So if you're a partner, let's make sure that you're in the right one. If you're not a partner, guys, tonight you have the opportunity to try out this app for free and get all of this functionality that we've discussed today and so much more, right? Today was about exactly, it was my promise, my number one promise to you guys, how to find vacant properties in your area without having to do a lot of driving around. And Barry, I think that we have accomplished that. Now we did that. We showed them how they're going to optimize their routes when they want to go out there, how they can bulk search and find and contact information, add to follow-up lists, and so much more, right? And we took our sweet time doing it, but please remember, guys, when you're doing this on your own and you don't have Twiddledee and Tweedledum talking about it, doing it, you're going to do it in seconds compared to what we've been doing, right? And you can come, right, and go to thedealdriven.com. And if you guys wait for the little chat window to pop up, this is a little secret. This is a little secret just for y'all that are on the webinar tonight, right? You can go in here and hit yes, and we're going to add a bonus week. So you're going to get a 14-day free trial.
Free trial.
Right, of the app. Now, remember, you are going to have to create a username and password. We are going to ask you to put a credit card in. Number one, we want to know that you're a real person that's serious, right? If you're not a real person that's not serious about real estate investing, please skip this. We won't waste your time. Don't waste our time. And, we'll all be friends, right? But if you're serious, then come in, put your credit card in here and get a 14-day free trial of this account. You're going to want to have your credit card in here because you're going to be able to buy the skip traces in those credits. You can just do 10 at a time at $1 each one. So it's a whole whopping $10, whoop-de-doo-dah, right? Or you can take advantage of not take advantage of us, but take advantage of our goodness and the why and how we want to incentivize action takers and buy it at bulk and get it at 20% off, at 30% off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And go get 20 to 50 credits right off the bat and start getting deals. This app doesn't do anything if you don't pick up the phone and call anybody, right? And so we want to make sure that on your 14-day trial, you have the ability to actually set appointments. And that's exactly what we're offering to you guys tonight. All you have to do, again, is go to dealdriven.com. You're going to see that it's offering a 7-day free trial. If you wait, this is a secret. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone I told you. If you wait 30 seconds, this little window is going to show up, and it's going to offer you a bonus week. And because you guys have been so cool tonight for Technology Tuesday Takeover and stayed with us all the way, I want you guys to get the bonus week, right? And you can go in there and jump in. Now, there's a couple of things in addition that I want to talk about before we look at the questions and we wrap this up, because we went a little bit long. But, man, Barry, it's so much fun to take over,
Oh, yes. Takeover Tuesday. That's what it is. Tuesday. That's what it's about.
Right. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is that tomorrow we have 40 individuals. Some of them are partners. Some of them are not partners that are joining us for Deal Maker Live, where we're going to be in our offices tomorrow, and we're going to be using the Deal Driven app to pull up lists in their area, skip trace those lists, and we're going to, Peter, Julie, myself, Chelsea, we're all going to be in there, and we're going to be coaching on how to make phone calls, close appointments, and negotiate, all right there in real life. Julie has made the challenge that everyone that's going to be there tomorrow, Barry, everyone leaves with an appointment, which is crazy.
I believe it. It's going to work. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Absolutely. I have seen Julie do magic with this, and this is the basis of what we do at Partner Driven. And tomorrow, Deal Maker Live is going to be our first one ever, and we're going to have our first 40 people in it. Now, it's filled. You can't make it tomorrow. I'm really sorry, but I'm telling you about this because I want you to keep an eye out, because we are going to be releasing the next date after tomorrow. We don't have it yet. I'll let you know soon. They are here in Atlanta, right? And we're going to start doing them on a monthly basis. We're doing this kind of not to fully take over our partner-driven live event, which we love to do, that we just recently did one in January. But as we were sitting and planning our next event, we were like, we could either wait 3 months to do another one of these events, right? Or what if we did these micro events where we were able to work one-on-one individually with the people and make sure that we had one goal and that we were able to meet that goal?
Yeah.
And Barry, when that idea came up, Julie started the idea, Peter jumped on it, and Chelsea and I and yourself, we were like, yes, this is it. Because it goes back to what Partner Driven's about. We are about bringing value first. We want you to set appointments. We want you to go close deals. We want to spend money and fund your deals, right? So Deal Maker Live, it brings it all together, and that's happening tomorrow, which is just going to be absolutely exciting. We'll have lots of incredible videos that we'll be sharing with everybody, and then be releasing the next date that's coming up in March. Okay, so that's number one thing that's coming up that I want you guys to be aware of. Number two thing that's coming up right? Now, today we were able to do some training, some live training on Deal Driven, right? But what if there was a way that you can get a certified on how to find vacant properties and for pre-foreclosure properties in your areas around you, and get certified on all the functionality for Deal Driven, right? For free. Would that be awesome?
It's gonna be. I thought you weren't gonna talk about that.
I know I didn't want to talk about it, but I have to. I mean, these are my people.
Just
This is
spilling the
Technology
beans.
Tuesday, and I want to let everyone know that we are working so hard to make sure to help you be successful. So this is going to be available, obviously, for all of our partners here very soon. We're almost done with the Deal Driven certification course, guys, that has the Deal Driven 0 to 60 fast track, and exactly how to do the money-making activities that you want to be able to easily do. And this training course is going to be, this is going to be the best part. I think we've been on a phone call now for a little bit over an hour, right? This training course is not going to be longer than 20 minutes, Barry, because it's not going to have Tweedledee, Tweedledum talking about it. We're just going to go jump in right into step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1, step 2, step 3, right? So that you can become a master at Deal Driven, right? And everyone that goes through the Deal Driven certification course, there's going to be some additional bonuses that are included that I'm not free to tell you guys about. But please keep an eye out, because we're going to be releasing, you're the first ones to hear about this, right? We'll be releasing this week. So we'll probably be it'll probably be out on Thursday, guys. And I'll make sure that everyone that's on this webinar tonight, you guys are going to be the first ones to get access to this, and it's free. Because this is what we do, guys. We want to bring value. We want to help you guys be successful. We want to do deals with you. And that wraps up today's Deal Driven webinar, and how to find vacant properties in your area without having to do a lot of driving around or spend thousands of dollars in your marketing. Barry, you promised me you were going to keep me honest. Did we meet our goal? Did we do that?
We met our goal. We exceeded the goal. Always.
You guys in the chat windows, if you're in there, please jump in and let me know that we show you guys exactly how to find properties, vacant properties and pre-foreclosure properties in your areas. And do you feel confident that you can do this? That you can just go in there and do the couple of clicks that it takes to do this? Antonio Morrison is saying yes. Thank you, brother. This is why we did this. John says thanks, guys. Victor says awesome. Yes, we can do this. Charles says yes with the hands up. That's one of my favorite emojis.
Claps. Yes.
Man, Kim says great stuff. Robert says claro que sí. I love it, man. We are an international community here at Partner Driven. This is awesome, guys, and so much more that is coming, right? So I want to answer just a few questions, because I want to be respectful for everyone's times, but there's a couple of them that are really good. The first one here, we have Joel says, do we have to go to the App Store to get the app? The answer is no. Don't go to the App Store. Don't let Apple charge you 30% more. Don't let them steal money from you. All you have to do is go to dealdriven.com. The app is actually a web-hosted app. It doesn't actually download onto your phone as a separate software. And there's incredible advantages of it. That means, number one, that you're always going to get the latest version of the app without having to go through all the updatings and blah, blah, blah. Number one. Number two, it's actually faster, because it's doing all of the processing at Amazon Web Services, which we pay. Oh, dude, I don't even want to tell you the bill. At Amazon Web Services. Jeff Bezos, gosh darn you. But so it's faster and it's easier to use, right? And you can log in from anywhere. So you can log in on your wife's phone or your partner's phone or on your laptop. Tablet. It makes it super, super easy like that. So no, you don't go to the App Store. You just go to dealdriven.com, and you can go there tonight to get that free trial and do my special trick to get the bonus week on there, right? Let's see. Are there any partners that are currently real estate agents? Kim, there are some partners that are real estate agents. And you can, in your next coaching call, or you can reach out inside of our partner community to reach out and say hi, or in your next coaching call with Barry or with or Julie, you can ask for folks in your area if you want to, or what it is that you want to do there. But definitely real estate agents are a big part of our community. I mean, we love having partners that are real estate agents, because you guys have a great education that's already in place. Now, it's not a perfect education, unfortunately, for investing, but wow, you're 80% of the way there. And with what we offer, and with our training and one-on-one coaching and mentoring and everything else that we do, it really bridges the gap. And our real estate agent folks are superstars. Let's see.
I can answer that one. The next one.
Go ahead.
I'll answer it. So yes, the pictures are from Google when you do the street views. If you want to add one without taking a picture, you can actually take a picture with your phone if you're in front of the property. Okay. But if you're going to go ahead and pull it, it's going to come from Google. All right. Street views, aerial view, all that great stuff. Let's see.
Yeah. And that's going to be covered on our deal certification course, deal driven certification course as well. All of the little nicks and nuances that we've been working on to make your life easy, right? Because for example, man, imagine being able to right there add the pictures of the property, of your property walkthrough in there, and then be able to share that with us. Would that make your life easy? I mean, part of deal driven, we also have the ability to have cloud document uploads and so much more that we weren't able to cover tonight. Someone asked, how do I get into Dealmaker Live? Sorry, dude, we're closed for tomorrow. This thing is sold out. You need to pay attention, because it's one-on-one. We're limiting it to 40 people each time. That's it. So the next time we release it, you better jump on it, and jump on it fast, because this is probably, I think, is the greatest thing that we've ever done, right? And guys, there's some other great questions in here that we're going to take the time to make sure to post them into the group, Barry, because we do have to run. We ran a little bit longer, but man, it's such an honor for us to be able to take over Tuesday Night Live, and to have the opportunity to connect with you guys directly and share our passion and all of the great stuff that we've been doing for y'all. Please remember, take action. Go to dealdriven.com to get into the free app. If you're not a partner yet and you want to learn more about the partner program, I'm going to put it in here as well again. But you go to partnerdriven.com. You can get our partner proposal that goes through all the details, exactly how we work, how the funding works. Let me give you a hint. It's not alone. We are really being your money partner in this, right? And you can also schedule a call with our team to learn more about the program and to apply at callpartnerdriven.com. And I just put that in there for you guys. Again, thank you so much, Barry. Dude, I hope that they let us do this again. I hope we weren't too boring for everybody tonight.
They're going to let us do it again, because there's too much more that we have to go through. We got a whole bunch more stuff coming, guys. I tell everybody on our morning call on Tuesdays, hey, more stuff is coming. So, man, I love doing these.
Absolutely. Again, well, thank you, Barry, for your time. Thank you, partners. Thank you, new potential partners. We look forward to working together, and let's partner on your next deal.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great evening. All right, Rafa.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Bye-bye.